one beer maximum. Sorry.
There you go.
She goes after that. Who's no telling.
I was chatting with, and we are live now in on the page and in our group. So first of all, before we jump in too far, I want to welcome you, man, and tell you super excited to have you here with us tonight. And these cheeseheads should feel honored to have Senor Cheesehead in the house. So thank you for doing this with us.
Man, thank you guys for reaching out, and I'm glad to be here, man. Anytime I can hang with some cheeseheads.
Absolutely.
I'll take that chance.
I was chatting. What I was saying was, I was chatting with one of the moderators in my group. His name is Tim Oliveras, and he was like, "Man, you got to tell Senor Cheesehead for me." He's in Texas as well. I believe it's Colleen or something like that. He says
Yeah.
it's about 2 hours away, and he said, "Tell him if he ever comes down this way to meet up with me, and he would love to buy you a meal."
Hey, man.
So
As
keep
long as
that.
there's as long as there's tacos involved, I'm there, Tim.
keep that in mind. Tim would love to buy you a meal, and I'm sure it would be tacos. I'm sure it would.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got some other friends in Killeen that I've got to join up with at a couple games. There's a whole family of the Sumays that live over there. He probably knows who they are.
Very
And
good.
his spot may be one of the spots where people stop by and watch games. I'm not 100% sure.
Ah,
I
ah,
know there is a Killeen spot. I've heard.
okay. All right. Well, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been a Packer fan, if you don't mind? Who your favorite Packer is? We all have one, and how, just a little bit about yourself. I know that you're married. Do you have kids? We're a big family here in our group, so we'd love to hear a little bit about you.
Yeah, man, absolutely. 41 years old. Been a Packer fan since '92. All thanks to Brett Favre. Before that, I wasn't so much into football. I watched it. It wasn't the biggest thing, but once I got to see him play, very early on, uh, I was really entertained by his performance. Just his charisma on the field, uh, just his gunslinger mentality. Um, it was amazing just watching him, man. And I started. I've kept following him. Of course, they got better and better as things went on. When they got Reggie, man, I really started to like the team a little bit more. I was like, wow, this is different than just this one dude that's having all this fun on the field. Now you got this wrecking ball coming around killing quarterbacks. And so I started picking up on, because when you're a kid, it's all about offense. Everybody knows that. Nobody really picks up on the defense. So when Reggie came in, I started, I became a bigger fan of the team and then followed them up. And then, of course, I got to around here, everybody's a Cowboys fan. So right around Super Bowl 31, we were doing real good. I got to do some smack talking back then. And I was, we were still young bucks in high school. But I had a great time. And whenever they won the Super Bowl, I felt like I completely like fell in love with the actual team, like the whole. That's when the whole history started happening, and how many I had no idea how many Super Bowls we won before that. You know what I mean? I wasn't this crazy die. I was just a high school kid, and yeah, man, I just fell in love with the team, and after that, I just kept growing from there.
So you have a huge following now, Senior Cheesehead. Everybody knows who you are, man. We've seen you at the game. I posted a picture today of you in the end zone. First row there with you. I believe your wife was there with you, if I remember correctly. Was she on crutches? Did she break her leg or something?
Yeah, she was. She didn't break her leg. She had like a severe injury to her shin.
Oh, okay.
And it was
Okay.
it was massive. It kept her from walking, and it had just happened like 2 weeks before. She was actually on a cruise with her girlfriends from work. Or no, they were in Cancun at who knows. They
Okay.
were they were having a good time. Sounds like. But yeah, so we didn't let that interrupt our trip. We made it all the way out to Green Bay in a wheelchair. I mean, and it happened to be snowing. My buddy lives down the street, and so I just pushed her in the wheelchair from there all the way to the stadium, up the ramps. I mean, we got her all the way to the steps of going into the bowl, and from there we just walked her down.
Dude, I'm telling you, I remember that because I remember you pushing her in the wheelchair in the stadium parking lot. And you either went live or
Live on
something. There
Facebook,
was a
man.
video. I remember it, dude. So I've been following you for a while, man.
Yeah, no, that was some funny stuff. I remember after that we were talking. We were like, man, that was like the funnest live video I had ever done. You know what I mean? And just
Yeah.
it was to have her there, going back and forth with me. The banter, it was fun.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, so it sounds like Brett Favre is your favorite.
Man, there we go.
Dude, he's my favorite too, man. He's my favorite too. A lot of people like to give me a hard time about it. They say Aaron Rodgers. I call him Mr. Broken Collarbone. But, Brett Favre is my hero by all means. I totally understand.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Without him, I wouldn't be here talking to you, honestly.
Now, I know with the Mexican heritage that you have, you came up with the Senor Cheesehead. It's well known, throughout Packer Nation. What made you at that point kind of embark on that journey of having this persona?
Well, I'll tell you what, a big influence was probably like Steve Tate. Everybody knew him. Just looking up to him and seeing not necessarily what he did, but how he represented the Packers and all that good stuff. But what really made me do it was I finally had an opportunity to go to a game. Me and my wife just put our foot down. We're like, hey, we're going to a game. Of course, there was a lot of planning coming all the way from Texas, and we had a good amount of time to do it. And so I knew that I wanted to come up with something really good and really memorable because I thought it was going to be the only game I would ever go to, honestly. And so, I thought about, I was like, man, if I could come up with something that's just me wrapped up. Because if you really think about it, when do you really see like a mariachi?
Yeah.
At a party.
At a party, that's it.
Party.
Right.
They're always fun. They're bringing music. They're uplifting people. Of course, I can't play music, but when I put it on, when I get into my get up, to me it's like I'm ready to party. I'm ready to uplift and bring everybody up and have as much fun as possible. I'm not there. I'm not there to have a bad time. That's for sure.
Exactly. I know that feeling. What is it about Texas too, man? They have their stadium. They have the Cowboys. But you stop and you think about it. You're down there in Texas. Tim Oliveras. I know some of my other moderators. Ramon's down there in Texas. Glenn Christensen is down there in Texas.
Wow.
Texas is representing the Green Bay Packers in strength.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of people have ties to the Packers that I meet down here. Whether it's a wife that used to be from, that is from Wisconsin, and they met through the military, or just all kinds of different stuff. But I've got like 2 or 3 different people down the street that are shareholders.
That's cool.
Go outside, look down the street. My buddy Mike Trevino, he grew up watching Bart Starr. That was like his favorite player as a kid, and so he took it real hard recently. But when we met, he was like, "Hey, man, I'm a shareholder." Yeah, of course, we met through Senor Cheesehead, and it just worked out like that. And then now we see each other. We got our flags flying outside, shareholder flags and stuff. But yes, Texas does represent. It's just it's a huge state. I don't know what it is about it, but yeah, man, we're here and we're loud.
Nice. You brought up Mr. Bart Starr. It's unfortunate. He passed away this week. I think it affected everybody because you would have to probably agree with me, being a huge Green Bay Packer fan, that Bart Starr represented the Green Bay Packers in the classiest of ways, in my opinion. I don't think there's ever been anybody out there as a Packer that would ever say anything bad about Bart Starr?
Unquestionable. That was the cream of the crop, probably one of the most legendary people in the entire league.
Yeah. Yeah.
Much less just our team, but in our team for sure, it's. I mean, all the way to like, I know that him and his wife were two of the main people that started back in the 70s or whatever, or 80s, started the Vince Lombardi uh, Cancer Foundation,
Yep.
and then did the spinoff of doing the Star Foundation for the pediatric cancer. And those are just two small. I mean, but this is going back. This isn't anything recent. You know what I mean? He's just been doing all of that stuff from the get-go for so long. He never lost touch with that. He never lost touch with Wisconsin itself, being from Alabama, isn't it? Right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It was like his home away from home.
When he passed, I swear, I think every Packer out there just kind of sunk back into their seat and just had that, that feeling that truly a piece of Green Bay history was lost that day.
Yes. And the people that don't know started to like really, like the younger generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the middle of it. Like I never got to see him play. I never got to see him coach. I wasn't a fan back then, but because I've been a fan so long, I've been able to, go back and be able to appreciate the history. I've been through the Hall of Fame. I've been able to see all that stuff there in Lambeau Field. So I know a lot about the history. I notice the younger people that maybe not know too much because they're a couple generations back. But I think on that day, the impact of it, all the sharing on the social medias and stuff, all the coverage he was getting, on all the channels, they were definitely. They now they know.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. When you had just mentioned about his cancer federation that he had started, was part of, you yourself have been very active helping with people with disabilities. I know just recently you did your run where it was a relay race, wasn't it?
Absolutely. It's like the longest relay in America. It's like 45 years running here in Corpus.
That's cool. Tell us a little bit about that, if you can, because I know a lot of us know you from that as well. It's a great thing that you're doing. If you can share a little bit how you got started in that, what it means to you, and how long you plan on keep going on with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So somebody like me, big fat guy, I can't go running. Somebody like you, you're in shape, man. But tell us a little bit about it.
Man, I'll tell you what, I hear that from a lot of people, but I've seen some people say that same thing and just get so inspired, not from me, but from the people, my buddies with disabilities. And that's where I started. I was drinking like a fish and, smoking like a chimney. And I met my buddy Charlie in our local Packer group. I met his, we have a local Facebook group. So I met him and his mom through there, and we had a picnic and stuff. No big deal. But what they did is they invited me out to one of their races, and I got to see a team of people get together, and they were pushing people in racing wheelchairs that had disabilities, and they were running like 5Ks. And so I just went to kind of cheer Charlie on, and I was so inspired by watching these people run that I joined like the next day. I just got up. I told my wife I'm going to start running like the next day. I literally started training, and it took me a couple months. But what it is, it's an organization called Wings of Texas, and they're just a little small spinoff from my team Triumph. My team Triumph is just an organization where we try and get people with disabilities to participate in endurance events, to help them hear the roar of the crowd, feel the energy, crossing finish lines, being able to get medals and stuff like that, being able to do what us typically what a normal person would be able to do, to be able to feel all that energy and get them out of the house and do something fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so it's a great It's a really great organization. They've got chapters all over. They've got chapters in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I bet you people don't know that, but if
Hmm.
you ever go to a 5K or 10K anywhere pretty much in Wisconsin, you'll see a racing wheelchair with somebody dressed in a red shirt. The people behind the chairs, they're called angels. The people in the chairs are called captains. They're leading the way. And we just, we go out and try and have the best time possible. So I just got started doing that. Like I just got real inspired, started pushing them, going to like their, they have like a monthly event where it's just the group, kind of like practice runs.
Okay.
So we did that for a bit, and then finally I got the go ahead to start pushing them in like in actual races, like 5Ks, 10Ks, and I loved it so much. I stuck with it, and every second that I get, I'm training to get stronger, faster, and smarter for the captain, so
That's
that
cool.
we can have more fun and spread more love.
Do you have the same captain that you've ran with each time, or do you have a different person?
I have a different person most of the time. My buddy Charlie, he's a big Packer fan, so we run together mainly like in bigger events.
Okay.
We'll deck ourselves out in Packer stuff, or we have football runs. But no, I get mixed up with different people because he does run with his parents as well. They're involved in there, so they run a lot with him. But no, I'll take it. We've got another Packer fan in there, and we call her Lambo Lori. Man, she loves the Packers. She actually loves Clay Matthews. She's so heartbroken.
I think most women that are Packer fans,
Oh,
they were all heartbroken over losing Fabio.
yes,
That's awesome. I've said for a while in our group, I'm all about what you could do to help somebody else out. Put a smile on somebody's face, or if you have something to donate, but spending your time is your most valuable asset.
absolutely,
You do a great job at that, and I've always said that if you're not giving, you're really not living. And you could do that in so many different ways, and I love that you do that, man. And so that's awesome. You got to keep rocking it, and anything that we could do on our end to bring attention, if there's any kind of donations that they're ever looking for or anything, let us know, man, please.
absolutely. Man, I can't tell you. It's crazy. As I started off the same thing, like just wanting to like give back, and then I got so close to these people. I feel like I'm not giving back anymore. I'm part of the crew. It's just amazing, man.
You're getting more out of it in rewards of being friends with them than anything.
Absolutely, absolutely, man.
That's cool. That's awesome. Um, this year, we would like your predictions out of the 16-game season. What are we going to do?
It's gonna be tough to beat us, man. I don't care. It's gonna be hard to beat us with any team lining up. I think our defense is just gonna be completely stout, tough, and hard to beat. If I had to pick a number, man, I'd love to say 16-0. I know that's hard. So maybe 14-2, 13-3, and that's
Okay.
with the new coach, man. I
Yeah.
really think things are going to come together. I think these guys are. I don't know, man. I'm super jacked about this defense.
Yeah. I,
I
I also heard that the offense this year looks energetic. I heard that things are just clicking. They're on fire.
Yeah, well, they're going to be playing with that new set of energy. All the new coaches, whole new scheme, the whole, just it just seems like a whole younger generation of coaches walking in and getting ready to take care of these guys. And I think they feel it too.
Yeah.
But to me, it seems like it's like the generation of the Madden players are coming now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Um, what games, if any, do you plan on attending this year?
I've got tickets to LA Chargers for sure. I've already purchased those tickets, so I will be in LA with the SoCal Packerbackers. I'll be up there with my buddy Ray, my buddy Junior, our three wives. We've got tickets right by the tunnel. Super jacked about that. Um, it's not 100%. I have a ticket for San Fran. It's sitting
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Okay, so I gotta make sure and take my wife to a nice dinner, and take care of her, and then they may see me in San Francisco with the so-called Packerbackers as well. But as of last night, it sounds like I'm not going to be able to make it to Lambeau this year so far, just because of the way the schedule is. We were really looking forward to going to the home opener. I wanted to see Matt LaFleur's first game at Lambeau, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. So it sounds like I might be able to go to the Thursday night game, which would be the season opener at Chicago.
Okay. All right. What about down there in Dallas?
Dallas, I wanted to go so bad. They happened to put that date on the exact date of the Austin City Limits Music Festival. And we already had tickets to that. It's our family event that we go to every year. It's me, my wife, and my son. And it's a 3-day music festival. This year's like Guns N' Roses, The Cure, Cardi B. It's a crazy lineup all the way around, but it's a 3-day music festival in Austin, so we're gonna be there. The cool thing about it is they will broadcast the game in the bar, because it's gonna be a Saturday, the Sunday game. They'll broadcast it there.
Okay, all right. Now I hear a little puppy or something.
Yeah. I'm trying to get her
What kind of dog?
Damn Chihuahuas.
Chihuahua. Hey, Chihuahuas ain't bad. Chihuahuas are not bad by any means. Does it have a Packer name though?
No, it's Lulu.
Okay, all right.
She came with the name already.
Okay.
I have an attitude, actually.
I have a bearded dragon that I say it recognizes as a kitty, so I call it Lambo Kitty.
Oh, I like it.
How many games since being a Packer fan have you attended?
I think I'm at 9 right now.
Okay.
9 or 10.
Okay.
Yeah, because the first year I did 1. Second year I did 3.
Okay. Which sombrero behind you do you wear the most?
Well, I've got the OG over here. This is my first one. Here's the OG right here, as you can tell. It's got like a string hanging from it. It used to go across the neck, but
now I was gonna say, you gotta try it on for us.
Yep.
That's it, man. That's
the OG it. Right there. So this one has been through the first game I took it to. Actually, it was at Lambeau against the Cowboys in 2015. 2015, yes, in December. And we were expecting snow, but it wasn't cold enough, so it rained the entire time. So this one's already been there and done that a couple times. And then here's my my second one. Again, lost the tightening string right here from jumping up and down. But this one's the one where I got the Lambo Leap from Randall Cobb in the snow.
Okay.
So there's actually been about 3 or 4 pounds of snow packed on this thing. I had to, kind of tilt it back now and there.
Nice.
And then here's my new one. I haven't been able to wear it yet. My wife just got it for me. She just came back from another trip from Cancun.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, so this is a new one.
The craftsmanship that goes into those is incredible.
I love it.
But your whole outfit is, these people have no idea the details in your outfit. It is not just some overalls that you throw on. It is top notch.
Oh no, yeah. They were hecho in Mexico. I had those things custom made to my wife measured me with a freaking the fabric measuring tape.
Yeah.
We sent off the measurements to Guadalajara, Mexico, and waited about 6 weeks. And when I opened up that box, it was like angels were singing.
I bet.
But I've got it right here. I can show off some of the patches that are on there.
Yeah, we'd love to see it.
Here's probably the most notable is going to be on the back.
Beautiful.
Big G. And then it's got the 13 stars for our 13 world championships. I bet you I never really get to tell anybody that, but I've got one more right here. We're just waiting for that Super Bowl this year.
There it is.
14. So we'll have that. I got the 100 seasons patch. Boom. I've got a custom the custom tie that goes with it with G's on there.
That's awesome.
My shareholders patch up top. This is my Go Gold for a pediatric cancer right here. I always carry that ribbon on here. I've got I've got a bunch of buddies with cancer that are pediatric cancer buddies, so I wear that for them. My Packer Nation, my
Nice.
Lambeau Field, and then I've got the uh, uh,
Super Bowl patches, Super Bowl
first
1, 2.
31, and then I've got 45 already bought. I just haven't put it on yet. I just got it.
Well, the embroidery that goes into that is some time. It's just not iron on.
Yeah, it's just not ironed on. Well, actually, I get them sewn on.
Yep. Very good.
The iron-ons don't work, man. Not with all the jumping around that I do.
Yeah, I bet.
Not in that Wisconsin weather either.
Now, you had mentioned you have a son. What's your son's name?
My oldest is Ethan. We call him DJ Weasel Paul. He's a DJ here in town. He's been a DJ since he was like 8 years old.
Killing it.
Yeah, with his own turntables and stuff. Tomorrow we actually got a graduation party, and we got another one on Saturday for my buddy Charlie, Cheesehead Charlie. So that's my oldest, and then I've got my daughter Zoe. She's 6 years old, going on 27.
Of course.
Crazy. And then my 4-year-old Elvis, and he's got more energy than I do. So
nice.
I know where I get it from.
Elvis named after the king.
He's named after the king. That was actually that's was supposed to be my birth name, but my dad wouldn't let it happen. My mom was so upset.
Ah, that's cool.
It was just like a last second thing. They had talked about it forever, and then when I was actually born, he was like, "Oh no, I'm not letting you," because Elvis Presley had just passed away in August '77, and I was born in December.
It's funny, even days like that, when you mentioned it, August 1977, man, I remember that day clearly, just like I'm sure many of us will with Bart Starr. It just keeps coming back to me. I remember that when he passed on, so that's cool. That's very cool. What's the plans for the future with you? I'd like to hear a little bit about that. Where do you plan on going? What's the next level for you at this point?
Man,
and that's a little bit of a hard one to throw at you just real quickly, but what would you like to see happen with yourself?
With myself, man, I'd like to see myself at some point. It probably won't be anytime soon, but I'd like to see myself, getting a little bit closer to Wisconsin. I don't care. I'm going to be honest. I told my wife this a long time ago. I said, I don't care if we ever move to Green Bay. I mean, it'd be great if we do, but we've got to get a place over there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. So my plan is to work as hard as I can to make that happen, whether it be a house that I own and I can rent it out when I'm not there. But I'm trying to get closer to Green Bay. I love the weather up there. I love the people. I love the food. And I love the beer.
I think that's why that state, it's known for its beer. That's for sure. That and the cheese.
Yeah, you never really think about that stuff until, again, like when I got to actually go over there and travel to it and see all the different, the huge breweries in Milwaukee and to know that they all come, where they all kind of originated from. That's amazing, man. And
yeah.
so another thing too is me and my buddy Charlie, we got to do the Milwaukee Brewers Half Marathon in 2017, right? And we were coming up to opening day, Packers versus Seattle, the next day. So we ran the Milwaukee Brewers Half Marathon. It was a 13-mile run in his wheelchair all over Milwaukee. And we ran through the street of where the Miller Brewing Company is at. And it was the craziest thing because you could smell the beer in the street from like a mile away just because of, yeah.
That's crazy. Now, were there people out there, instead of handing you water, they're handing you little Dixie cups of, beer? That would have been good.
You mean Wisconsin mouthwash? Yes.
Yeah.
Man, it was a big party. It was awesome. And then, God, the great times. I mean, we passed through the Harley Davidson Museum. so many different monuments, crossing bridges and stuff.
That's
And
cool.
then the street that we ran on through the Miller plant actually had the belt, the belt, the catwalk that was delivering the bottles across from one building to another.
Across the street or
Yeah,
from
it was
building
like
to
from one
building.
building to another. You could just see the bottles just going across. It was amazing.
That's a trip. That's a
Yeah.
trip. You have, and it's kind of not uh, a I don't even know what to call it, but you've aligned yourself with greats like Steve Tate, Wayne Sargent. I could think of other ones. AJ Grill. There's many of them out there. Darth Vader. You know, you guys are out there all the time representing the Green Bay Packers in an incredible way. And I have a high respect. I'm way over here in Utah. I think I could count on, one hand. Let me put this hand up there, but probably 1, 2, 3, 4 Green Bay Packer fans in the state of Utah. How is it that you have been able to become this ultra fan that people love and recognize, and you can't say it's the sombrero and it's the outfit because it's the person within? And I know that for a fact, and then it's because the love that you have for the Packers and then all the fans around you, in my opinion, that's what makes you an ultimate fan. Am I close to that?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. And if the Green Bay Packers are out there, look, we know we don't have an actual cheerleading squad. I mean, if we can assemble some of us guys through the Packers and just put us, in strategically place us throughout the stadium for every game. Oh my God, that would be so amazing.
I'm gonna think of a few. I'm gonna think of you, Steve Tate, Wayne, AJ Grill. I'm gonna think of Mike Warchek of Card and Coin. I'm gonna think of all you guys out there, getting your high leg kicks up and cheerleading.
No, they're all a great group of guys. It's crazy how it happens. Everybody just has their own persona, but yeah, it is the person inside. We all have a different fire that's burning. We're all fighting for a different cause. We're all trying to make everybody else's experiences as awesome as ours. That's what I feel. You know what I mean? Like I cry when I go to Green Bay every time, and like it's just crazy energy. You know what I mean? It's crazy energy you just want to share with everybody. It's a lot of passion that goes behind it. Yeah, man, good stuff.
I know that feeling. My first time ever was the Thanksgiving game they did a few years back, and I went to it, and I went by myself. First time ever I went by myself, and I got a rental car. First place I went up there was the Lambeau Field, and it was at night, and it was all lit up. And I just went out there in the parking lot, and I sat there and I looked at this place, and I was like, man, this is Disneyland. You know what I mean? For all of us cheeseheads, this is Disneyland. This is heaven right here on earth. And until you experience Lambeau Field, you have no idea.
You have no idea, man. I was a fan for so long, and I was blown away. I had no idea what was going on. Like I couldn't. It was just a crazy 4 day. I mean, the first time we went, it was like 4 days, and we must have passed by that. I mean, we were just down the street from the stadium. It was everything that we did had to do with the stadium. It wasn't like going downtown to Green Bay doing it.
Right. That's cool. I want to, I hate taking a ton of time here, but one thing I do want to start talking about a little bit is you have your website, senorcheesehead.com. We want people to go visit it. We want people to go buy. Like I said, you have a green one on, but I want that navy 1919 hat. I guarantee you're going to see an order come through tomorrow for Jim Cooper. I want that hat. That is a nice looking hat.
It's clean, man.
That is clean. I love the new the Lombardi Way shirt that represents Sesame Street.
Boom.
There it is. Look at that, guys. That is sick. That is sick. the Acme Packers one that what is it, represents the band AC/DC.
Yeah.
Man, that is awesome, dude.
Yeah, they're just ideas that pop into my head, and I've got so much Packer gear, and I can only buy so many things from the pro shop without looking the same every day, which is not a bad thing. But I want to wear my own thing too. So I've got all these crazy ideas. I just happen to know some good graphic people, and some of them are the most basic ideas. I mean, I did the 1919 myself. It's kind of hard to screw that one up. So that one I did by myself, but everything else is like I've always, kind of reached out to somebody and they helped me out. So yeah, man, if anybody would like to go out there and check out the site, check out all the gear. I've got stuff for people in Texas, Utah, because I got the state cheeses. So I got the, even like this, like the Texas cheese.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I've got all that stuff. They got all kinds of shirts on there. But anybody in the group, if they were to go and purchase anything from now until like next Thursday, is that when you're going to have your next show?
Yep.
Okay. Well, for an entire week, we're going to have free shipping just for the group. And the code is going to be WBGNG. We bleed green and gold.
So an N between it. WBGNG.
Correct.
You cheeseheads, if you're not going there and you're not taking advantage of this tonight, you guys are going to make me look bad. So we don't want to do that. He's Senor Cheesehead. Tim Oliveras, guy I talked about earlier, he calls me Big Queso. Don't make the cheese people look bad with Senor Cheesehead and the Big Queso. Go out there tonight, this week. You have that free shipping. Take advantage of it, guys. Represent. You right there, you have a perfect way to represent your own state.
Absolutely. You could do that, and then, check it out. If it's something you don't like, it may make a great gift for somebody else. You never know.
There you go, man. I think you should do something just in regards to having a mustache out there, because your mustache is, nothing I've ever seen. It's perfect.
Yeah, man. I like
it. Only other one.
I actually started doing it right before my daughter was born. I just told my wife, I said, I'm not going to shave until she's born. And she was like, you're going to do what? And I said, I'm not going to shave until she's born. So it was before Senor Cheese had actually happened. And I think the day she was born, I shaved everything but my mustache. And my wife was like, everybody thought it was the funniest thing. And I thought it was pretty damn cool.
It's I got to keep in mind, back in the day, I was a big Cheech and Chong fan. And old Cheech, man, he had a crooked mustache. Yours is perfect. His was crooked.
His was crooked. He had to like on his head a little bit to keep it straight.
Now you gotta share with us all. You have your koozie there. You gotta share with us what's behind the koozie. I know this is family friendly, but what's inside there?
This is a Texas brewed right here, brewed in Texas. This is a Carbrock Brewing Company called Love Street.
There you go. Okay, all right.
Houston, Texas.
Okay, all right. And now we are a Facebook group. We want you to treat our group just like Steve Tate, Wayne Sargent, these guys. We want you to treat our group like it's your home. When it comes to groups, we'd love to have you anytime you want, our group, sharing anything that you want, our group, your website. But you're a big, huge Instagram person that a lot of these people don't realize and maybe don't even follow. If you can, give them and it's pretty simple. If they don't know what it is by now, they're drinking too much cheese. But your Instagram, and how do you say it? Because I'm not a huge Instagram person. It's at Senor Cheesehead, correct?
Yep.
So please go follow him. If it's not tonight, you guys have to go do it tomorrow. But, you could go follow tonight. Tomorrow, when you get up, go buy a hat, go buy a T-shirt or something like that. Got to support the small guys out there, because we're definitely not no Packers Pro Shop.
No, we are not. We're far from it.
And, it's great stuff. Great way to represent your team.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a great way to express the, just more of my passion, just letting out that artistic Packer passion, that just let it go, man. It's bottling up isn't going to do me any good.
Another thing that comes to my mind, because I've been trying to say for a while now, we all need to kind of, help each other out a little bit. Okay, you have Senor Cheesehead, I have We Bleed Green and Gold, we have the Ultimate Packer Fan Connection, Lot One, Players Congress with Marv Fleming and all those guys. But do you plan on, trying to make it out there to the Ultimate Packer Fan Connection that Wayne Sargent is doing?
I would love to. I've always I promote the heck out of it. I do
Yeah.
know that. And every time it comes around, and the times that I haven't been able to make it, which is every year, I find out who they're supporting that year, and I actually go and buy something. Like 2 years ago, if you saw me in the snow, getting the Lambo Leaf from Randall Cobb, I'm wearing like a cheese scarf. Okay, that cheese scarf actually came from what is the new house of Green Bay? They
Yeah.
make them there, yeah. And so I went and bought that like that same day that he had his Packer connection. As much as I would love to go, it's just kind of the scheduling's kind of weird. But yeah, one day I'm gonna. Hopefully everything lines up when I get closer to Wisconsin, like I was talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you have any Packers that you talk to on a regular basis or anything like that?
Um, as of recently, the only person that's been talking back and forth with is Ty Summers, which is the new linebacker out of
Okay.
TCU. Because
Okay.
I'm from Texas, I reached out to him as soon as he got drafted. I knew that he was from San Antonio. That's only like an hour and a half from here. So he went to high school there. He was a quarterback in high school, and then when he went to TCU, he turned into a linebacker just because he was going to get more opportunity to play, and his body filled in a lot more. And dude, he's like one of the TCU's like top tacklers in the history of the school, and he's got a background of a quarterback. You got to remember that. So he already kind of knows what a quarterback could possibly be thinking instead of just being taught that. But anyways, back to whatever. I reached out to him. We've been talking back and forth. If you look at my Instagram stories today, I did a bike ride this morning. It was like 12 miles, and I like happened to run into like a street name that it said Summers. So I stopped. I took a picture. I shared it with him. Of course, he wrote back real quick, like, "Dude, that's awesome." He shared it in his stories.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah. The only other one besides that I've talked back and forth with maybe is like Blake Martinez. He's real cool about getting back to you on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, he's real active on there. But other guys, I've always reached out to them just to say stuff. They're busy guys, you know what I mean? They don't.
Yeah.
They don't all know, but.
Will you do me a favor next time you talk to Ty? Send him my way. Tell him I want to go live with him.
Absolutely, man. That'd be great.
Cool. We have some people in our group here. I just want them to know I promised I was going to do a giveaway tonight. And so if you can, I want you in the next 12 hours, 24 hours or something, Marcos, go through and pick a couple people just off of the comments on the thread and send them their name over to me in a message or, text or something like that, because we're going to give them, I said I was going to give out 4 of those Cheeses mugs tonight, plus I'm going to send one to you. So if you could send me over your name and address later, I would love to send you a little care package for going live with us. And
Absolutely.
then we're going to give out some extras as well to some of the people in the group, because just like I know you appreciate when people follow you, man, we appreciate people that follow you on Instagram. Go like you on your Facebook page. Now, do you have just one Facebook page or do you have 2?
I've got 2. I've got kind of like a personal one. It's pretty much attached to the Instagram, and then I've got one that's kind of considered a business one.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of change that around. I don't really need that. I want to try and make it more like Amigos of Senor, just somewhere where all my buddies that I get to meet with can communicate back and forth.
Cool.
Very
Cool.
Share pictures, all that good stuff.
Cool. If anything, one last thing is, could you tell the people in our group, if you could create the perfect fan out there and how people should represent the Green Bay Packers, what do you feel that should be at this point?
Man, the perfect Packer fan.
Well, just a devoted. What got you to where you're at today? The love of the Packers, I know, is number one, but how should they represent themselves in a way so that maybe it doesn't even take notice to people, but within themselves, they know they're doing the right thing as a Packer fan?
Man, it really all starts with the little stuff. I've told other people this before. It's kind of it's a real old school mentality, respecting your elders, kind of thing. You know, looking out for the younger people below you, trying to bring them up, trying to just be a good example by just being a decent human being. It doesn't take much. It's the little things. It's the opening doors for older ladies when they're behind you instead of trying to rush to go get whatever, you know.
Yeah.
It's those little things that seeing an old person try and load groceries, you know, or pick up something at Walmart and put it in their car that's just like ridiculous. It doesn't look like they need to be picking things up like that. It's the little things in life that you can do to just change. And wearing green and gold doesn't hurt at the same time. You know what I
Man,
mean?
when you say that, the only thing I could think of is the word respect.
Absolutely, yeah, and you get what you give, just like we were talking about. I'm so fortunate enough to, not necessarily fortunate enough. I wear green and gold every day, right? And so when I do these little things, people pick up on it, and they're like, "Wow, well, dude, that Packer fan was pretty damn cool," or "That was very nice of this guy." And then here comes the conversation. Are you from Wisconsin? No, I'm not. I'm from down the street. Well, how'd you become? And then it's just and then now I just got a new friend.
I'm getting yelled at right now in the group. I didn't realize it, but I just swore. Somebody just called me out on it.
I heard the S word, but I think you said shoot.
There you go. We all make mistakes, and you know what? What we try to do is just try to keep it as classy as we can, as the Green Bay Packers, as Bart Starr, keeping it clean and keeping it green and having fun while you do it. Because if you're not having fun in life, you're just not doing it right.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's just got to come natural, man. Got to let it go.
Well, dude, I'm probably going to bug you again. You saw I bug these people. If I don't, the moderators do. And they bug them. And so I'm going to be bugging Wayne and Steve and, Chris Jackie is always good to get on here and talk football with. And, I get old Marv Fleming on here. I'm going to be bugging you about going live again. I hope that's okay.
No, absolutely, man. I wish we could talk more. I'm sure I'm going to think about a lot of different things. And I see the video over again that we could have talked about
that's always the case. That's why we do it more than once, really.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'd be more than happy to. The video aspect is real cool. I love it.
Cool.
The vibe of the group is just awesome, man. I've been tuning in. I accidentally tuned in last night. I was doing dishes and I just kind of set my phone back. And last night, we're talking about today, kind of hyping it up. And I was laughing just watching it because I was like, man, but at the same time, I just saw everybody commenting and I was like, wow, these people are actually pumped.
And they are. I'm telling you, they've, like I said, I've been following you for a while, man. And I hit up the moderators in my group and I said, okay, guys, who can we get live? And your name was the first one that came up. And I was like smacking myself thinking, dude, why haven't you reached out to him well before now? Because you are an icon now in the Packers Hall of Fame when it comes to super fans. That's it, dude. I've loved that helmet.
Oh, man. I forgot it was down here.
I love that thing, dude. I love it.
Woo.
That's awesome. Where'd you get that?
I actually bought it. It was white.
That
It's
that
a
is
wrecking
thick.
ball. There's a guy that has the company in Dallas. They're called Wrecking Balls. I think you can buy them online and stuff. Anyways, I just got a blank one, and I happen to know this guy that paints cars, and so I took it to him, and I told him exactly what I wanted to do. I said, man, I want it to be like a. Actually, I wanted it to be an exact replica of a Packer helmet, and he was like, "Oh no, dude, we're not doing that. I already know what I'm gonna do. You're gonna like it."
Dude,
And
that has the speckle paint of a 64 Impala on it.
yes, it does, dude. It really does.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so I've only worn it to. Oh, you know what? I wore it to Lambeau. No, not to Lambeau. I wore it to like the opening day against the Bears when they had that Steve Miller concert.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All
Parking
right.
lot. I was wearing this and a Cobb jersey and Packer pants, and yeah, that was fun. Just because I didn't want to have to wear my sombrero and my outfit 2 days in a row, so I'm trying to put something else together, just to kind of alleviate that. And then I got to wear it to LA this year too when we went to the pep rally in LA.
Dude, that's one game. I'm from Southern California. I'm from the Long Beach area. And so that's one game against the Chargers I'd like to go to. So if I'm going to make it, dude, I'm going to hit you up.
Yeah, man. I hope you do. We're gonna be sitting by the tunnel. I try and sit by the tunnels. Always get good interaction with the players right
Yeah.
around the area. So
Yeah.
I heard it's like only like a 25,000 seat stadium.
Huh.
It's a
Wow.
soccer stadium is what they're playing in now because they don't have a stadium for their own yet.
Huh. Man, I need something like that. Instead, I get stuck with the Dodger cap. I always like to rouse these Wisconsin fans up. I tell you, I love the Packers, but if I could kind of stick it to them in a little other ways with my Dodger hat and that kind of stuff, I love to do it. But there's no way something would go on this kind of dome with my big fat round face. I'd look like I don't even know what I'd look like, you know. So that is awesome, though. I love seeing that. That's cool.
Yeah, man.
Well, dude, I am very thankful, dude. I'm thankful to have you as a friend, first of all, now, and I'm glad we've made contacts this year. You need to brainstorm with myself and Chris Jackie and Wayne and Steve and all these guys, and we have to still kind of keep going and do something, some kind of function all together, if it's online or in person or something like that. And we got to keep bringing awareness to the Green Bay Packers. One thing that I like to do is with the youth, teach them about these old players that got us where we are today, the dynasty that we have. We can't forget the people that made football. Fuzzy Thurston, Fred Thurston's are in our group, great guy. Forrest Gregg, Bart Starr. We could go on and on, Ray Nitsky and all of them. But then Gilbert Brown and Reggie White and, the legend, greatest of all time, that number 4 that you're wearing.
All day long. Hey, and don't forget the old Chuck Woodson.
There you go. Well, dude, I appreciate you. Like I said, how we always kind of end it in our group, I'm going to ask you as well, but we like to say it loud. We like to say it proud, and we bleed green and gold. What do you think those last 3 words are?
Go, Pack, go!
There you go, brother. There you go. I'm going to hit you up soon. If you can, send me your address. Look for 4 or 5 people that I could send out some prizes to, if you can, in the next 24 hours or so. And I sure appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime. Next time we talk, I'm sure now that I got this thing set up and working, I'll be able to have enough time to like get dressed up for you guys, and we'll do something fun. Yeah, we'll do some giveaways. We'll do all that good stuff.
Nice. All right, guys, go visit SenorCheesehead.com for free shipping. It's WBGNG. And go follow Marcos Flores on Instagram at Senor Cheesehead. So have a wonderful night, man, and I sure appreciate you.
You too, dude. Go, Pack, go.
Go, Pack, go. Talk to you soon.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.